Welcome to tonight's call, Why doTERRA, Why Now? My name is Carrie. I'm here with several other leaders that I'll introduce as we kind of go through the presentation, but we are all very excited that you're here and we can't wait to dive into this information with you. So I'm going to share my screen so that I can pull up this presentation if I can find where it went. Really? All right. Well, you're seeing real life here because I don't know where it went. There we go. Perfect. Okay, there we are. Welcome, welcome. If you're just hopping in, my name is Carrie again. I'm here with Jessica, Julie, Eliza, and also Christine is going to share a little bit with us. And we're very excited to talk to you about this topic because we're all very passionate about it. And we hope that we can just shed some light on how you can take advantage of this opportunity. It's really the perfect time. And we'd love for you to ask questions. If you have those, you can definitely put those in the chat box and we will get to you.
Did you turn the light
and I said I would go live on
Turn the light off.
There we go. All right. So let's talk about health and income in 2021. I think 2020 definitely showed us that there's a lot of change that's already happened and that might even be coming more so. And it really showed me, and I know it showed a lot of other people, that we don't know what's in the future, right? But there are certain things that we can be more in control of, but we have to take steps to do that. And it really showed me how thankful I am for my health and how thankful I am to partner with doTERRA to have this residual income and be able to really help people from my house and be able, to really continue that no matter what's going on. And so we're going to kind of talk about how health and income kind of come together with doTERRA and what that might look like for you. Okay. All right, so let's kind of talk about what we're going to learn tonight. We're going to talk about why doTERRA is the largest and most trusted essential oil brand in the world with the largest retention rate. That means that customers continue to purchase over and over again. Also, what makes the doTERRA business opportunity unique, because I truly do feel like it's very unique and set apart from others. Also, how you can earn money and build a residual income stream. And lastly, how this is the simplest, most affordable business to own. And we definitely have the perfect system to plug you into as well. I keep forgetting I can't tab over. Okay, so to start off, we're going to talk about product, people, and pay, and how those all kind of fit together. So first, we're going to talk about the product. And my product picture is definitely missing up there from a little circle. I'm going to have to fix that. But I wanted to introduce my lovely sister, Julie. She is a nurse practitioner and diamond leader within doTERRA, and she's going to talk a little bit more about the product and just why it's really solid in the purity and in the quality that we can expect over and over again, and why that really matters.
Yeah, thanks, Carrie. Hey, you guys, I'm so excited that you guys could join us tonight, and I'm excited to share a little bit about doTERRA's amazing products. Now, I know many of you probably already use the products. You're familiar with how amazing these products are, but we probably do have some new people. So I want to take just a few minutes because this is really extremely important. Honestly, if this piece is missing, then nothing else really matters, right? If the product is not what it says it is, or doesn't do what it says it can do, then we don't really want it. And honestly, nobody else does either, right? So thankfully, that is certainly not the case. And doTERRA, in case you didn't know, doTERRA is the largest company for a very good reason, the largest essential oil company in the world. They are the only company that is transparent about their testing. And because of that testing and sourcing practices, we get to experience the most potent and pure oils that are available. And so that's just one of the many reasons that I love this company so much. Not only is this important to me when I'm using them on myself, on my family, when recommending them to friends, but it's also really important to me as a medical professional because I only want to provide quality oils, things that are going to get results to my patients, right? And that is one of the reasons that medical professionals choose to partner with doTERRA. I distinctly remember, I think this, and one of you guys may be able to remind me, I think that this was at convention a couple of years ago. There was a physician that was speaking and from a large university medical center, and they were looking at incorporating some essential oils. And what they were doing was testing different brands of oils. And I distinctly remember him saying that doTERRA was the only brand that they found consistency among every single bottle and efficacy. So, I mean, that's huge. Bottle to bottle, they're very consistent. And I'm going to talk about the efficacy in just a minute. So, Carrie, would you go to the next slide? Okay, perfect. I really think and believe that doTERRA goes above and beyond to let us know that we can trust what's in every single bottle, right? We don't have to take their word for it. They're actually giving us proof, because as you guys probably know, in the health industry, especially in sort of natural medicine, you're really kind of taking the word for the company that you're getting, what's on the label, or that you're getting a high quality product, right? But we can actually check that. You can scan. Did you know that on the side of each of your bottles, you can actually scan and you can see the quality, the testing reports. You can see where the oils in this bottle, or the oil in the bottle, was sourced from. Nobody else does that, you guys. Nobody else gives us this information. And the main reason is most other companies are putting out adulterated oils, unfortunately. So what does that mean? When an oil is adulterated, that just basically means that it's not pure, right? That it's been cut with other things. So often, there could be something like cooking oil added, or synthetic chemicals, other types of oils, and this really dilutes the product, obviously. But then they also often add synthetic oils, and we don't, if we're looking for a natural approach, we're not looking to put any of those things on, and certainly not inside our bodies. So full transparency is really, really important. Next slide. Okay. And then finally, it wouldn't matter how pure and potent these oils were if they weren't effective, right? I mean, you probably really wouldn't care if they were pure and potent if they weren't doing what they said they were going to do, right? So, thankfully, that's not the case, obviously. And quite honestly, I'm like blown away, probably at least on a weekly basis, when I use an oil or a blend of oils for something that I've never used it for before. And I don't know why. I've been using these oils for 8 years. I don't know why I would be shocked, but I'm just like, whoa, that worked so well, And so time and time again, I find that these oils are effective for, it could be anything from a minor issue like a cut or a scrape to something bigger like inflammation in your whole body. And so basically, we have tools to use to empower us, right? This is really all about empowering us. And there's no better feeling than knowing that you have a natural solution for whatever comes up, and that not only do you have the solution, it's truly effective, right, for you and your family. And I really think that it's taking your healthcare to the next level. So I want to now invite Christine to unmute herself and to share a little bit about her experience with using oils from different companies or different brands, and how that really compared with her doTERRA essential oils.
Sure, I'd love to. Thank you. So when I first started using essential oils about 5 years ago, I didn't know anyone who was using it around me. So naturally, you go to the internet where you find all things important. And I was directed to a lot of different companies. And initially, without knowing much about oils, you go to the lowest cost because you figure that looks like a good deal. And I had purchased oils from, Plant Therapy, Eden's Garden, Young Living, I have sampled every single essential oil you can think of. And I use them for myself in a diffuser. And then when I learned more about oils, I wanted to put them on myself and my kids, and I wanted to use them internally. And I looked at the bottles and it had things like, don't put on your skin, never take internally. And that was really contradictory to the information that I was learning about the effectiveness of these oils. So that was a huge red flag to me. And when I started to look at how much has to be harvested to make these oils, it's a common thought process of like, you get what you pay for. And if it seems too good, it probably is. Mm-hmm. So a lot of these oils that I was looking to cut cost at with were actually filled, like Julie was saying, with a lot of fillers and adulterated oils that I wasn't feeling comfortable putting on myself or my children. So once I got the doTERRA oils, it was completely different. The smell was different. The effectiveness was completely different. And just the safety aspect just made me feel so much more comfortable using them on myself and with my girls.
Oh, thank you for sharing. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that it's like when you put them up against each other, you can really, really tell the difference. If you've never experienced doTERRA, it's often like, oh, I'll just keep using this. It's working just fine. But you got to get the good stuff, right? To be able to compare. Thank you so much for sharing, Christine. I appreciate it. Get to the next slide here. All right, next we're going to talk about the people within doTERRA and why that's such an important piece. And I want to introduce you to Eliza Bacote. She is a diamond leader and a nurse practitioner. And so she's going to talk a little bit about this. Thank you, Eliza.
Thank you so much, Carrie. Hi, everybody. I'm so excited to be with you here today. When I started out in healthcare, the most important thing to me was people, right? And when you're drawn to this kind of industry, really anybody who has even been in network marketing before or any sort of industry, most of us are helping people, right? And that's kind of a common core thing that a lot of us do is help people, right? And so it's so funny. I didn't really learn any of these aspects about doTERRA until I went to their very first convention. I kind of thought it was going to be like this party-ish sort of, I didn't know what to expect. It was very science-based. I learned a lot about the oils, but what I was so surprised to learn about was how connected doTERRA was with people. And not only how connected they were with people on the ground who are sourcing the oils, but how they connected those people to the people like us who are actually sharing the oils and getting them into people's homes. So first off, when you join a company like doTERRA, you have 7 to 8 individuals who started the company, who still own the company that's privately held. And one of their main goals was to impact people around the world. And they knew to do that, they had to go into indigenous communities and get where the oils were pure, right? That's why they source from over 42 countries around the world. And so that sustainable sourcing means huge opportunities for doTERRA to have huge economic impacts on those areas around the world. So we're empowering people. If you look in the empowerment, it's the synergistic thing, right? We're being empowered in our homes with our families to use those oils. And by buying those oils, we're empowering people all around the world that literally this is their source of income, is growing sustainable plants, harvesting the plants, and then making sure that the oil is pure when it's actually distilled or pressed to us, right? So how does doTERRA bring integrity to that market? And so what doTERRA actually found through, you can only imagine how many trips this took, how much relationship building this took, but to guarantee the farmers that we're going to give you on-time payment. There's going to be no middleman in the middle. We're going to directly partner with you to the oil to get the oils because we want something super pure and we want you to have a sustainable income. So that's why you see those partners on the ground that are their sourcing partners. Almost all of them have only exclusive relationships with doTERRA because of that beautiful relationship they've created. And so what you see actually with doTERRA, while we talk about oils and supplements and wellness all the time, actually the most important thing in doTERRA is the people. Us and the people on the ground that are harvesting the oils, right? And you can see that and literally feel that when you're at convention every year. And you get to hear stories, amazing stories about how people's lives have been changed and empowered because of the doTERRA difference, because the doTERRA executives are so committed to quality and purity and how they source and how they treat the people that are bringing us these amazing oils. You just have this very synergistic, beautiful relationship. And for me, sometimes I just feel empowered to share this product because I know that I'm bringing economic sustenance to other people as well as my family. So that feels amazing. And it just builds on each other, right? And so, as it says there, the business model connects us with others globally. I always think about vetiver when I think about how I've never been to Haiti before, but I always remember that being the first co-impact sourcing story that I ever heard. Just like tears streaming down my face about the people and how they harvested the vetiver plant and how much work it was and how their village didn't have running water and how doTERRA partnered with them and promised them that within a 6-month time period, they would bring running water to their village so that they could have an easier time, just with life in general. So there's just, I could tell you 100 more beautiful stories like that, but just so you know, it's not about sales, it's about people. Okay. And that's what makes the doTERRA difference so important when it comes to the network marketing companies that are out there is doTERRA you'll hear them talk 90% of the time about people and 10% of the time about sales. And that's what you want. That's when you know you've partnered with the right company. Hey, Carrie, can you go to the next slide? Okay, so sourcing. So you heard me talk about 42 countries from around the world. And I think what's really important to understand about sourcing and our sourcing community, they truly are a community. I don't know if you know this, but when you build the doTERRA business, you can have the opportunity at some point to go on a co-impact sourcing trip and actually visit some of these places, see how they harvest and distill the oils. It's really cool. But what I love about when I see this map, because I'm a scientist and a nerd, is that it really hits home to me, not only how much effort is put into getting the best quality oils, but and know this, like the best quality oils come from where the plant grows indigenously. So I'm not growing lavender in my backyard. It does not grow great here. It grows great in Bulgaria. But that gives such an amazing opportunity for us to have a worldwide impact. And doTERRA has a worldwide name. You can build your doTERRA business worldwide because they are open in most countries. And so that's just really, really cool. But these sourcing partners on the ground have exclusive relationships with doTERRA. And that's how doTERRA knows that they have a source that they can trust. So when Carrie was talking earlier about adulteration and purity, this is how doTERRA knows that time after time after time, they're going to get the same quality oil because it's not even just their partner. They are part of the doTERRA family. doTERRA takes care of them and they take care of us by giving us quality oil. So that partnership makes a very, very solid foundation for the company of doTERRA and for its longevity in the future to hit the next, the $2 billion in revenue that we're going to see coming in the next couple of years. And so I just think that's the heart of doTERRA. And one of the things that made me fall in love with doTERRA, because I just felt like not only was I helping, the mom next door empower her with helping her kid when her kid is sick, but I'm helping empower women all around the world who need a job and need an income for their family. And that's just a win-win in my opinion. Thanks, Carrie, for the opportunity.
Yeah, thank you for sharing. I was thinking about something when you were talking about this map. With the countries and the growers that we partner with, we're almost 100% exclusive. So they will only work with doTERRA because of our standards. So I feel like that's a very, very important piece and really speaks to the quality standards that doTERRA has and will always uphold. All right, so next we're going to talk about the last piece, which is the pay. And so I want to invite Jessica Andrews to talk about this for a few minutes with you all. She is a Blue Diamond leader on this team, and I'm so excited for her to share a little bit more about this subject with us. Jessica?
Thank you. I'm so excited to be here tonight and to talk about this. This is one of my favorite topics, but I have to be honest, none of this would work without these three pieces. The product has to be on point. The people, we have to align with them. I align with doTERRA. I love being around those who want to serve others. And I found my people in doTERRA. And pay, there's not one of those pieces that's more important than the next. I really believe that they're equally important. When it comes to the compensation plan, though, this was the last piece for me. I fell in love with the product first. I fell in love with the people next, and then the compensation plan came, and that was my evolution. We do have a brilliant compensation plan that pays us in multiple ways. I love getting paid weekly. I never had that before, and monthly at the same time. We have one of the highest retention rates in the industry. So if you look at network marketing, direct sales, that industry as a whole, there's an average retention rate below 20%. It's something like 14 or 15%. It's significantly low. In doTERRA, we hover around that 65% retention rate, which means we have a product that people love and they're reordering. They're ordering things they love, their favorites, refills, and then they're trying new stuff as well. That's really important when you have a business, right? You want to know that people love the product and they're going to be reordering it. That really sets up your residual income future. Eliza mentioned this earlier, that we are privately owned and debt-free company. So our owners don't have to answer to anybody else. They get to make the decisions. And I love that because they're really special people and they make great decisions. So I'm so glad our hands aren't tied to anybody else. We have almost 12 million customers. When I joined doTERRA just a couple years ago, gosh, where were we at? Not 10 million yet. I think I was around the 9 million mark. So we're growing significantly, and only 10% of those people are doing the business. And what that tells me is that we are product based. We love the product. Our product works. This company is not based solely on recruiting other wellness advocates. We spend more time talking about the product and educating about the product itself more than anything else. And I love that. It just is a different culture, in my opinion. Next slide. So why direct sales? Oh gosh, I could go on about this topic forever. I'll try to keep it short and sweet. I will encourage my friends to do direct sales all day, every day, and not just doTERRA, but I really believe in the direct sales model. Everyone on here tonight is in a different place right now. We all have different jobs or, come from different backgrounds. And so I'm just going to share my experience and my story. And if you don't resonate with that, if you stick around long enough, you will find a story that you resonate with. But I was working a normal 9-to-5 job. I was an operations manager when I found doTERRA essential oils. And when I saw the business opportunity and the potential, I had to do a double take. I couldn't believe the opportunity. And to be honest, I didn't believe it until I met people who were doing doTERRA, who were successful wellness advocates. And I realized that they were just your average Jane. They were great people. They wanted to serve others, but there was nothing magical about them. And that's when I really believed that I could do this too. In direct sales, you have unlimited possibilities. The success is entirely up to you. There's a built-in business model with doTERRA. We have a duplication system that works really well. The compensation plan works really well. You will see diamonds and blue diamonds and presidential diamonds earning a significant amount of money. That tells me that our compensation plan works. Compared to other companies, it's nice that we don't have to have inventory. I don't have to stock my essential oils here and then sell them at different events and sell them out of my house. Everything ships right to my customer, which I love. The duplication process system that we have in place really sets everyone up for success. The startup cost, I see so many times my friends sharing from other direct sales companies sharing, my kit's on sale, join my company, it's only $500 right now. And I'm like, oh boy, we don't have that at all. You do not have to buy a $500 starter kit to start your doTERRA business. The startup cost for a doTERRA business is only 100 PV LRP order, and that's your personal product. Many of you watching this right now are probably already doing that because you're using and loving your essential oils. And of course, the residual income stream that comes from this is just, it's the best, right? I mean, being able to put in that time and build that pipeline and have residual income for years and decades from that work that we're putting in now. I mean, that's the legacy I want to leave behind. I want to be able to leave that for my children and grandchildren. So when I looked at the compensation plan, when I was working that desk job, I just thought, oh my gosh, like I can make this monthly instead of what I'm making now. And I was willing to put in that time while I was still working full time, nights and weekends, knowing that there was going to be that payoff. And now I've been doing doTERRA full time. I've been home now for 4 years. It supports my family. It has supported my husband. He stayed home from work for 2 years and supported him. It's been a huge blessing. So direct sales for me is the way to go. Unlimited freedom, time freedom, being able to pay off debt. I'll be honest, I'm on the cusp of being a millennial. I'm not going to share my age, but I'm on the cusp of being a millennial. And I know that that might come out in me a little bit when it comes to this, but like, I don't want to work for somebody else. I don't want someone telling me when I have to sit at a desk and for how long. I don't want to miss my children's school activities or sporting events. I want to be able to travel as many times as I want throughout the year and not, have to miss a paycheck because I choose to travel. And those were all things that really motivated me in the beginning and made me decide to go forward with this. Next slide, please. So this just ties in with what I was just saying about a traditional job versus the authentic direct sales. In a traditional job that some of you may be in, and the one that I had before, I was certainly trading my hours for dollars. So I would go to work every single day and earn a specific salary based on those hours. And if I was done my work at 11 a.m., I still had to stay there till 5 p.m. either way. I had a limit on advancement and earnings. Back then I thought my company was awesome. I thought, oh my gosh, they give me a cost of living raise every year, 3% raise. This is awesome. And then I saw the doTERRA compensation plan and I was like, you guys can't do better than this. And I'll never forget the year I quit. They promised me this big Christmas bonus, and Christmas time came and the bonus came, and it was a fraction of what they had promised. And that was just the icing on the cake of the different promises and promotions that they were telling people that were going to happen. And, that was it. I knew that doTERRA could offer much more, especially if I had anything to do with it. So, with the direct sales model, you have that advancement and earning opportunity that you don't have anywhere else. Time freedom, I want to be able to do what I want with my time. I work hard in my business. I work doTERRA throughout the week, but I also, do what I want with my time, and I can take the day off, or I can take a nap, or I can go to Target, or I can travel. And I know that I can do my work around my schedule. Like, I schedule my life first, my kids, my fitness, and then I schedule doTERRA in around that. My priorities come first, and that's not working. With the traditional job, we're certainly building someone else's dreams. I remember with my old job, my boss had a plane, like he owned a plane, and he would be pumping us up in these sales meetings. And once I was exposed to doTERRA, I just kept thinking to myself, man, like, I'm paying for this guy's, my work is contributing to this guy's plane and all these trips he's taking, I have dreams too. And that just, I went after it. I wanted those things for myself. So this model works for me. And if you can relate to anything I've said tonight, then I really encourage you to lean into that, because it would probably work for you too. Next slide. So this is just a reminder that the network marketing industry is where it's at. Look at these numbers. This is billions of dollars, $189 billion in sales in 2017. So more and more people are putting money into this industry. They're buying the products. Guess what? I think the products sold through the network marketing industry are some of the best quality products out there. Once I was in network marketing myself, I started supporting other network marketing people. And when I look around my house, I'm like, these products are amazing. They fill my household now. So it's definitely a good industry to be involved in. It's not going anywhere. Next slide. Last but not least, I just want to talk about network marketing. And when it comes to women, 74% of the industry is made up of women. And now more than ever, a lot of women are home because of the pandemic, COVID-19. I'm sure we all know somebody, if not, someone on this call right now whose work has been affected because of the pandemic. And, I'm the president of the Parents Association. I'm really involved in my son's school. And a lot of the moms that I'm friends with at school are just, they're either not working or they're so tired of their job. They're completely exhausted. The changes in their job because of this pandemic have left them so drained. And I can't help but tell them about this amazing opportunity where you can do something that you love, you get to serve other people, and you can be home, be with your kiddos when you want to, exercise at 8 a.m. in the morning, whatever you want to do, and I share that with them whenever I get the chance. So I'm super passionate about this topic, but like I said, the pay is no more important than the people or the product. They're all equally important. And you have to, when you're in this, if you only care about the money, it's not going to work. And if you only pay attention to the product, it's not going to work. You have to have an equal balance there, understand the compensation plan, learn how to make money, and use your products and have that belief in both of them. So thanks for having me here tonight.
Yeah, thank you so much for sharing, Jessica. That was awesome. And I still, when I look at this, I still can't believe 2.2 million they estimate women have left the workforce since February. And I can't help but just be incredibly thankful that I was able to pivot really, really easily. And most of us, that have shared, were able to do that. And what a blessing. I really can't imagine. And I really feel for all the women that had to make a really hard choice to leave their job or they were let go because their job was dissolved. So we need to think about that in the future. The world's changing and that's just evidence of that. Okay, so I just wanted to kind of share something with you to just do the math on this for a minute. And this, maybe you can relate to this and just give you an idea of the amount of work and the amount of time and the payoff that you could have with doTERRA versus a regular job that earns minimum wage. So a typical part-time job earning is about $8 minimum wage, just depending on where you live. That could be, probably not less, maybe a little bit more. And if you work 20 hours a week, you're going to get about $640 a month. In doTERRA, when you plug into our system that we're going to just give you a little sneak peek on in just a few minutes, you'll earn about $160 in your first month, and then you can earn up to $660 in 6 months. But after 6 months, if you partner with 3 other people to do the same thing, you're going to be earning at least $3,400 a month, which is pretty significant. That's definitely a mortgage, car payment. I mean, that depending on how much you make, that could actually replace your income at that point. And so that really just continues to build as residual income. So just wanted to kind of do the math. And the thing is, we're going to be putting in work, but we can be working towards something that's going to pay off so much more than just putting in our time in a job, and we're just trading dollars for hours. And I just love it now. I know I'm building something for the future. Residual income is super powerful when you think about a retirement plan, and just like for the future, stability it's amazing. And I think you've seen how stable doTERRA is as a company because of their integrity. And I liked this little math equation for you. So hopefully that kind of gives you a good idea. Okay, so there's 3 different avenues that you could choose with doTERRA. I really love that they give us such an opportunity, but it's all up to us. We can choose whatever we would like to. So the first one is just to live the wellness lifestyle. It's really just to fall in love with the products, which all of us did at first that shared this call. I know we were in love with the products first, and then it was hard not to share, honestly, when it was so valuable for us. We wanted to share with other people. And so that's kind of the next step, is to share and get your products paid for. I know I was super pumped when I could order, all my oils and my cleaning products and my personal care, and it was free. Wow. I was just shocked that I kept getting a paycheck in the mail. So that's kind of the second step. And then the third is to really choose to build this more intentionally and to earn an income and make a huge impact in people's lives. And I think that happens even kind of before you know it. Honestly, it did for me anyway. But when I really wrapped my brain around this and was like, okay, this could really be kind of my way out of pharmacy. I'm a pharmacist. And so I never really saw anything past working my hours and going home, and I still had student loan debt and such as that. But when I really realized, wow, I'm getting, and then I'm earning this money, and it's becoming more and more, and it's not really going down, it's going up. And so I think sometimes I didn't necessarily see the opportunity as much as Jessica shared, but when you start getting the checks and they keep coming in, I really took note of that and really put a lot of my focus and started building an income and made a big impact in other people's lives, which was so fulfilling for me. Okay, so this is just a little bit of the simple way that income can kind of flow to you through doTERRA and through helping other people. First, the product really speaks for itself. I have so many people that are like, I don't know how you do it. I'm not good at sales. And I'm like the least salesy person ever, probably. I could probably stand up and be a little bit more salesy, but at any rate, it's you just sample, you share with people. If somebody like at work, this is how it started with me. Somebody had a headache and I was like, oh, I've got some peppermint. You want to try it? You give people a sample if you're around them, or you send them a sample if they don't live near you, and they just try the product. They try the oils, and that's really what sells them is the product, because it works. Julie talked all about that. This product is effective, and I think that's definitely what makes it stand apart from any other opportunity there is out there. The product literally sells itself if you can just get it into other people's hands. So that's the first step. Then you want to teach them. doTERRA is big on education. I have talked to so many other people, and maybe they've purchased oils from the drugstore, or maybe they've even purchased oils from other like network marketing type of companies, and they literally don't know how to use them. And so I just love that doTERRA is all about education. They want you to know how to use the products, and that's really where us as wellness advocates come in. I mean, I love teaching people about how to use them, because the last thing I want them to do is buy something and not know how to use them. So teaching is very important. Enrolling, obviously helping them get these into their home. That's a big step, right? I mean, you can share with people about them all day long, but you want to help them get started and then be able to be in charge, right? And feel in control of their health and be able to order when they want, what they want. That's very empowering. And then support, obviously. This is a journey. We're kind of all still on it. I still utilize groups and ask people questions, and it's just kind of an ongoing thing. And it kind of is more encompassing than even just doTERRA products. These people are wellness minded, and so I cannot tell you how much I've learned from other people in this community about all kinds of holistic wellness. So support is very important, and all of these things really work together. So let's just talk really quickly about planning for your future. This kind of goes back to the pay a little bit, but I just want you to look at this and just think, it's kind of incredible when you look at what it could be for your future, and what even if maybe you like to take things slower, and maybe you like to kind of do things at your own pace, and maybe you do have a job that really kind of is taking up your focus, but you want to kind of do this on the side. I love that doTERRA allows you to choose how fast or how slow you want to go. But, look at the current 10-year plan, which is basically if you work in a job, you might get little raises every year in comparison to the doTERRA 10-year plan. Say it takes you 10 years to get to Presidential Diamond or beyond. Do you think that's worth it? I, for one, do. And I know that it has definitely been worth it for me. I've been doing this for 10 years, and I didn't move the fastest of anybody, or, of maybe some other people, but hey, all of that work has been more than worth it. And obviously I'm not going anywhere. So I'm going to reach these levels, and it might sound crazy to really see these numbers. And I used to look at those numbers and think, is that for real? But it really is for real. I know myself, I know other people that I trust and have heard from them. These are real numbers, and you're not really going to find these in any other company, and definitely not with a product as solid as doTERRA. So just want you to kind of think of, what is your 10-year plan? And it could look like the right side, or it could look like the left side. All right, so let's talk about time, because that's a big thing. If you are working in a full-time job, or if you're a full-time mom at home, I mean, we're busy people, right? We want to know kind of what the time is involved. If you just want to get your oils paid for, 3 to 5 hours a week would be probably an estimated amount of time that it would take, just to share with other people, help them enroll, and help support them. If you want to supplement your income, you're going to bump that up to about 5 to 15 hours per week. And honestly, I don't even know how many hours per week I work because I love this so much. This doesn't feel like work to me. So I'm very bad at trying to say how many hours a week I work. But if you want to replace your income, about 15 to 30 hours a week is what you're looking at. So you're really not even at a 40-hour work week if you look at it that way. But I can tell you this does not feel like work. I think everybody on here that is in my position would probably say the same thing. And but that's kind of a good overview if you want to kind of have an estimate. And we make it even easier for you because we have so many great systems that I'm going to tell you about shortly. Actually, right now. So we kind of have, and this is pretty new. We're really excited about it. We have a total package that you can really plug people into to build your business easily. Like, I wish I would have had this when I first got started, because I know that I was working full time and my hours were limited, my time was limited. But we really want to make it as easy as possible as we can for you. And so we're going to have weekly intro to oil classes. So, once you kind of start sharing with people, you're going to be able to plug them into these classes and help them to learn more. Continued learning. So continuing education, learning about different topics that are really going to help them implement the oils they have, learn about new ones. We're going to have that continuing. These sessions, these Why doTERRA Why Now sessions, we're going to start doing those more often, so you can invite people to learn more about how they can, how health and income can kind of come together. And then I'm going to tell you in just a minute about the Begin program. This is perfect for new new people, that are just coming in to learning about doTERRA and helping them to kind of transition to sharing with other people. I believe this is the next slide, so we'll go ahead and talk about this. So yes, this is a brand new program that we have that we're very, very excited about. It's called Begin, and the name says it all. It really is all about how do you begin sharing with other people? How do you begin transitioning into building a business and spending a little bit more of your time and effort into this if you choose. But it's a progression. So there's 2 different phases. You can just start out with learning how to share with people, and then you can kind of progress into the second phase if that's what you choose to do. But it's perfect for learning the basics. It helps you to be accountable, and it helps you to learn how to share oils and earn commissions. It's very simple. We have it all laid out for you. And it really doesn't get better than this just to get started, and to be able to learn how to take the steps and how to do the things that, I know for so long, I was like, I don't even really know how to do. I'm just going to keep sharing all with people. Not that that's a bad way to do it, but, we teach you a little bit of strategy to know, how to make this business really work for you in the time that you have and the money that you have. None of that should hold you back. This program is going to be perfect for you if you are just getting started into this. And I really do want to mention, not to forget to mention, something that is very unique right now in doTERRA, and that's called Founders Club 2.0. And I'm not going to go into a ton of detail about it. We can all, whoever invited you to this call can give you more information about it. But it is an opportunity right now with doTERRA. They're having they're ushering in, the second wave within doTERRA, so the second billion. And they're having a new founders club for that kind of second wave. And this just means that you're going to earn checks every year based on the annual growth in that second $1 billion of doTERRA. So this could be a very substantial kind of year-end bonus for you. And it's actually easier, honestly, to earn a founder spot for somebody that is brand new than, say, somebody that's been doing it for longer. It actually is easier. And so it's just an amazing opportunity that it's not going to be around forever. And so I just wanted to mention that, because this program will tell you exactly how to get started and really set you up for just amazing growth over the next few months and years. So this program starts Monday. You read that right. This coming Monday. It's going to be a perfect way, for you to just get started and go right into learning, to just go ahead and go into this program and get started right away. So we want to tell you how to apply for that. Depending on who invited you to this call, there's going to be 2 different ways that you'll apply. If Jessica Andrews invited you to this call, if you're more familiar with My Freedom Tribe, that's her kind of team name, you're going to go to myfreedomtribe.com/begin. If anybody else, somebody just called myself, Eliza, Julie, you're going to want to go to theessentialshift.co/begin. So if you're confused about the link, no worries. Whoever invited you, let them know. They will get you the link. And let me go to the next slide really quick. So I just want to end with saying that if anything tonight, if you're just on this call and you were curious, if your best friend just dragged you this call because she just really wanted you to hear it, whatever you came into this call with the notion in your head, maybe you're just kind of resistant. Maybe you're like, I don't know this. I just don't know about this network marketing. I don't know if I can really handle anything else right now. I just don't know. I just want you to think, what do you really picture your life looking like in a year, in 5 years, in 10 years? Do you want to continue on the same path that you're going on? Did anything tonight hit your heart and kind of pull at your heartstrings? I know it did mine. Every time I listen to one of these, it really does. It really makes me so thankful that I took the leap over 7 years ago, and I was scared. I was scared to teach my first class. I was scared to share with other people. I was scared to do presentations, but I just kept taking the next step. And I feel like that's so important. Sometimes we don't know, we can't see the whole picture, but yet we can just take that next step. And I still don't know the whole picture, but I still continue to take the next step because I know that this is where I'm supposed to be. You can tell, you can feel it. If you love your oils, maybe that's why you've got on this call tonight. You already love them. It's so easy to share with people. It's so easy to share something you love with people. So I just want you to think the possibilities are really endless. You might not be like me, right? I once I really wrapped my head around this and knew that this was kind of my opportunity to step away from pharmacy. I was not want to stay in my pharmacy job. I took it and ran with it. I wanted to replace my income. Maybe that's not you. Maybe you love your job. Maybe you just want to supplement your income. Maybe you just want to share the products and just get your products paid for. Whatever you want to do, the possibilities really are endless, and it's up to you. But this new program that we have is perfect for if you answered yes to any of those questions, this program really is for you. And so I just want to thank you for joining tonight. I just appreciate the opportunity, and I know I speak for all the other leaders that shared. We just love sharing this because it's blessed our lives so much, and we're excited to welcome people into our family and into this culture and just really see them thrive. And honestly, our whole goal is to just spread this to others. I want people to experience the wellness and the financial freedom that I have and that so many others have. That's what I want. And so if you're on the same page with us, we would love for you to join us. Get with the person that invited you to this call. Share your thoughts with them. And if you have any questions, I know they'd be happy to answer. And I just want to thank you so much for joining us. If you want the recording of this call and you want to share it with someone that you thought of while you were on this call that they would love it, just let us know and we'll be happy to get this recording to you. But I'm going to stop sharing my screen and make sure that nobody has any questions. Hello, everyone. Let us know if you have any questions, if there's anything you want to unmute and say. We'll just stay on for maybe another minute or two. Just wanted to make sure that nobody had any last minute questions or comments. All right, I'll take that as a no, no worries. Thank you all for joining. I really appreciate your time and your attention, and I'll see you all later. Bye, y'all.
Thanks, everyone.